What is hustle culture? Any ideas? Please.
That moment when you need to, keep working and hustle in order to get everything and never stop.
That's a good point, indeed. Anyone else, maybe? Please.
Noticed that culture despise sleep.
Right. Or has no other choice, right?
Right.
I admit that hustle culture is not an easy concept to define. So I will try to examine it through an actual example. Let's take Joe. Joe is in his mid-20s and works at an office job, 9 to 5. A typical day for Joe, let's say a Tuesday, looks like the following. He goes to work, works until 5, then he rushes home because he expects some Airbnb guests as he is renting out one of his rooms of the apartment. After he manages his Airbnb friends and gives them the keys, he goes back to the city because he wants to attend a club meeting, something Toastmaster. He heard that public speaking could benefit presentation and interview skills, for example. After the club meeting, he doesn't stay for socializing. He goes home because he wants to add a new recording to his YouTube channel. But he goes to sleep before midnight because in the morning at 7 a.m. he needs to attend a project management course that he paid himself. He hopes that he will improve by that. Sounds exhausting, right? How many of you resonate with Joe or recognize yourself in his behavior? Quite a few of you. To be fair, I also recognize myself, especially if I look back at my university years. During the whole 3 years, I was among the top students based on my grades, but I also did a lot of additional activities. I was member in 2 clubs, the Economic Research Club and Business Consultants Club. I presented my research paper at local conferences. I even tutored or provided paid tutoring for a freshman student. Some might say that I was an overachiever. I would say that I was under the heavy influence of hustle culture. But why is that a problem, you might ask? After all, our guy, Joe, he has a lot of motivation. He's full of energy to pursue his daily activities. Well, that to be fair, or for the record, that is a good thing. But it's not such a good thing that I think Joe is like a circus clown. He tries to juggle all kinds of unrelated projects, focusing on possible short-term gains, but on the detriment of his long-term future. He doesn't have a specific focus, he doesn't have long-term vision. I would have also benefited if I focused more on only certain university courses that I was really interested in, instead of trying to excel in all of them. And that's not even the worst part. If Joe continues this intense pace of daily activities, then he could arrive at a really ugly situation, mental burnout. That's a phenomenon that we see more and more around us. And unfortunately, I also experienced this on my skin right after these overactive years at the university, at my years at the university. You see, hustle culture tries to sell us an illusion. It equates busyness with productivity, exhaustion with accomplishment, and self-worth with financial and professional success. But this is a false equivalency. We can be busy without producing much. We can get exhausted without accomplishing anything. And we can have a healthy self-worth without being outwardly successful professionally or financially. So how do we replace? What would be a healthy mentality that we could replace this hustle culture mindset with? As an economics student, it was ingrained deeply in my brain, the concept of value. Instead of trying to hustle for short-term gains and recognition, maybe we should focus building a life in a form that is high value for us. And this concept of value exceeds the monetary aspect. It is a deeply personal thing that we all value in certain things. Maybe we value our friendships or family relations. Others might value their time spent with hobbies or some recreational activities. But no matter what activity fills your life with value, rejecting hustle culture and focusing on these value-creating activities would ensure that feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction, those feelings that this hustle culture mindset promises but never delivers. Discovering our own unique path that leads to a life full of richness and value is a challenge that requires bravery, boldness, and sustained effort. Yet, it's the only path that's worth investing into. Thank you.